Good morning, Evan and Peter. I thought that as a weekend treat I'd raise the tone of the show and talk about something really grown up. The news. Number 1, I don't watch the news. But that leads me to point 2, 3 and 4. 2, my smart reason for not watching the news is that I think it is voyeuristic, which is a big word, I feel, which makes me sound pretty smart and gets me out of watching the news. But I also think it is true that the news is very voyeuristic. I was watching Jessica Watson, the girl with the boat, coming in today on the news, which was on every single channel, and they filmed her reunion with her parents after not having seen them for 7 months, which just felt kind of rude, sitting there going, hug! Oh, look at them hugging, and now they're crying. How sweet. Which I don't know about you, but it just felt a little bit creepy. The news is also kind of boring. I don't know if you've noticed, but they just sit there and tell you stuff. You're not allowed to do that in TV. In TV, you can't just have exposition. In TV, you have to say it, otherwise it's boring. Breaking news, a guy called Hawkeye went to Korea to participate in the war. He was part of MASH 4077, and what's that? Yes, he just made a crack about the food, and the food was bad enough to kill you. Back over to you, Elizabeth. Number 3, when it does get interesting, it's kind of not a very truthful kind of interesting, and it's a kind of interesting that leads to bad things happening. I think the technical term for this is scandal, and the implication being that is in fact your mama who is fat. Back to you, Elizabeth. Number 4, I understand that it's important to have the news and it's all part of our freedom of hearing, freedom of knowing, freedom of something, and it is our right to have this freedom of insert whatever the appropriate term is here. So don't think that I'm just all, we should just live in a smart term for not having the news society. Moving hastily on to number 5, I think there's a federal election this year, and I'm over 18 and an Australian citizen, so it's pretty much expected that I'll vote or go to prison. But I don't know who to vote for. I don't know who's running. I don't know what they stand for. I just don't know. Number 6, I think the only election I've ever actually watched was 2004, and that was only because it meant that I got to have a day off school. So basically what I want to know is who's running and what do they stand for, which should therefore lead me to the conclusion of who do I vote for. I would really like a way of knowing without having to watch the news or trawl through the internet. Elizabeth, I'll see you tomorrow.